Comments and views expressed on the Miracles on the Street show are the views of those who make them and not necessarily reflect the views of Terry Young, Miracles on the Street, or any of its affiliates or sponsors.
That's a miracle today. Amen. I can hear it. I need to say, supernatural. In a message of God, I expect a miracle. I expect a miracle. I expect a miracle.
You ready? Hi there. My name is Jessie Sanders, and I grant permission to miraclesonthestreet.com, whatever, however you want to say it, to air this on their website or wherever they please, as long as it makes it out to people that really need it. God bless you.
Hey, here we are. Welcome to Miracles on the Street. This is Jessie Sanders, and I'm Don Dismukes, and Terry Young is behind the camera, and we're going to find about some miracles in Jesse's life. He's going to tell us about how he came to the Lord and how he went through a rock and roll phase, and now we're playing music, and now he's got his feet on the rock, and his name is on the roll, and they rolled away the stone, and we're still rocking. And sing a couple of songs for you, and I'll let Jesse take over now.
Oh, that's wonderful. I had no idea that this was going to happen today like this. I was under the impression that we were going to just do a couple of songs and practice them today. So anyway, but it is an opportunity to praise and sing songs to the Lord today. All he says is that we are to make a joyful noise. It doesn't make any difference what it sounds like to us. You know, he's looking at our hearts. And he knows what our heart is singing. And that's what he's looking for. And that's what we need to look for in our brothers and sisters. Look to the heart and not to what physically is there. But anyway, that's enough of my preaching. That's about as deep as it goes for me at this point. But I guess they wanted me to kind of do a little bit of a testimony about where I came from. I was born and raised in Alabama. We went to church some. Not every single Sunday. We were not, as some people have said, Bible thumping, gun toting. We were not really that kind of people back there in Alabama. But I believe that my mom and dad both were saved. I know that my grandfather was. He had a lot of influence on me. When we were there, we were 14. I was 14 when we moved out here in 1957. So do the math. I was born in 43, so I'm an old man. I'm 70 right now. So anyway, we moved out here in 57, and by 1960, I had cousins that moved out here. My dad and his brother married my mom and her sister. So we're double first cousins, and we all moved out here from Alabama at the same time to Redlands. And so by about 1960, Rolly, that's my cousin, he and I were like a year apart in age. And we were pretty much bored. I had another cousin that had moved out here also, and he was a country, really, really strong in the country. And he had a band, and we used to get together and go over there and listen to them play and practice and such. And so we were pretty much influenced my family whenever we got together. Lots of times for family reunions or just get-togethers, there'd be guitars and banjos and usually a tub for a washer with a string and a broomstick on it for a bass. And so but anyway, we were quite musical. My mom and her sisters had a radio show back in Alabama, and they would sing on the radio on Sunday mornings. And so there was a lot of musical influence on my life and the rest of us. But we put together this little group probably about 1960, and the town that we were born in there was Talladega, and they had a black college there in Talladega, and their mascot was the Tornadoes. So I don't know why, but we decided we would call ourselves the Tornadoes also. And so we kind of got in on the beginning of surf music. We had the first surf song that made it out of the top 100 in 1962, and it was called Bussin' Surfboards.
That's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Under Tornadoes? There's somebody else that calls himself the
Band.
Tornadoes.
Oh, there's 50 different groups. Tornadoes Band.
This is the Tornadoes. That's me. That's Mr. Joel Willenbrand. That was the Cruncher.
This next one, it's going to be of an event that the Tornadoes played for last year, about a year ago this weekend. And in fact, we're going to do it on the 14th of June, which is next a week from tomorrow night, in downtown Redlands. It's called Surfing State Street. They have a barbecue and a car show, and we play from 5 till 8 o'clock. But I have no idea who it was that videoed this last year. We just happened to find it on the internet. And so anyway, thought we would share that with you. Kind of show you a little bit about what we do, you know, and we're still doing it after 51 years.
Classic.
Huh?
Classic.
And so anyway, enough. There was a lot of experiences and things that went on with the Tornadoes band. Most of it good. There was some that wasn't so good, and things I really don't even want to think about anymore. And the Lord has forgiven me for them, and so that's dead and gone in the past. But I guess it was probably around 1980, 81. We were invited to a church called Abundant Life Fellowship, and it was up in Ukaipa, just outside of Redlands, a few miles. And we went to that church, and the first thing that the pastor did was give me a big hug when we got there, and I'm like, whoa, this is 1980, dude, what do you think you're doing giving me a hug? But it only happened a couple of times, and it was like, you know what, this is kind of natural, it feels kind of good. I mean, there were some real genuine people that went to Abundant Life, and I got almost immediately involved into praise and worship. And I found out that it's a lot more gratifying to myself, and it's a lot more beautiful singing praise and worship to the Lord than it is to a bunch of drunks in a bar on Friday and Saturday night.
Duck beer bottles either.
Yeah, you don't really have to. Tomatoes and potatoes and all that kind of stuff. You really don't have to do that. But I have been in and out of different churches in praise and worship groups, and there is nothing like leading or being part of praise and worship in front of a congregation, or with it, not in front of, but with a congregation. And so right now, Don and I are involved in a ministry, and it's called Celebrate Recovery. I think that it's pretty much nationwide now, and there have been a lot of hearts, a lot of lives that have been changed and have been turned, and we're blessed to be able to do it every at the last Friday of every month. I think this is probably about the third or fourth month that we've done it. And it's really something to look forward to. If you want to check around and see if there is a Celebrate Recovery in your neighborhood, and if you have the opportunity to attend one of those, trust me, you will be blessed, because it's my understanding that they're all pretty much ran the same, and it's all about Jesus, and turning your life over to Him, and getting it right. We have this opportunity. The Lord hasn't come yet, but it could be any time. So time could be short. God bless you, and I hope that you'll enjoy a couple of songs that we're going to do. All righty? The chord progression, it's one of those, from the surf era, 3 chords and out. A, D, and E. Almost everything was either in E or A. And we just got together over at my house, because with my cousins, we all lived right in the same neighborhood. And we just kind of put it together. Leonard Delaney was our drummer, and he's the one that came up with the and that was the beginning. It was a drum solo that started out, and then we followed it in with the rest of it. That's all you're going to get. I'm embarrassed enough. Anyway, that's kind of an idea of what Bus and Surfboards is like. We were very fortunate. I got one more little plug. In 1994, you probably heard of Quentin Tarantino and Pulp Fiction, the movie Pulp Fiction. According to him, he contacted Gerald, who is my cousin. And we all have the rights to the song because we all wrote it. He was seeking permission to put it in the movie Pulp Fiction. And so we granted that. I mean, this was in '94. This was, the song was written in 1962. Do the math. Kind of an old song. We kind of figured it was dead and gone. But anyway, he put it in the movie, and fortunately, it got put on the soundtrack also. And I think there's 14 or 15 songs on the soundtrack. And with that movie, it was a revived surf music all over again. And starting in 1994, it was like a rebirth of surf music all over again. You know, with Jan and Dean and Dick Dale and the Lively Ones, and I mean, just anybody and everybody. We played with a lot of them down in Huntington Beach, and so I mean, it was a revision of the whole thing.
Did you get to go to Europe?
Yeah, we got to go to Germany in 2002, and Frank Zappa. Probably a lot of people have heard of him. He was an engineer on about half of our album that was done in 1961 and 1962. And they had a Zappanale over in Germany, and the Tornadoes got to go over there and play for that. And boy, that was a trip. That was really something else. We really enjoyed that. So anyway, it was it's been a good ride since '94. And we're still doing it today. We have a gig next week, and so we're not ready to give up yet. So just like the Lord's not ready to give up on you, we're not ready to give up. Rain coming down the line, beating off the souls of the lost and crying. Tales of sin, only evil remain. What our brother for that long black rain. Go down, look to the heavens, look to the skies. You can find redemption staring back into your eyes. There is protection and there is peace. Same burning, you're digging for that long black rain. But you know there's victory in the Lord, I say. Victory in the Lord. Cling to the Father and His holy name. And don't go riding on that long black rain. There's a day near that long black rain, making you wonder if the light is worth the pain. He's just waiting for hard to say, let me ride on that long black rain. But you know there's victory in the Lord, I say. Victory in the Lord. Cling to the Father and His holy name. Don't go riding on that long black rain. destination is the middle of nowhere. But you know there's victory in the Lord I say. Victory in the Lord. Praise to the Father and His holy name. Don't go riding on that long black train. Just watch out, brother, for that long black train. Let go, he's riding on that long black train. Glory! I don't know if we want to watch that or not.
You want to watch that? I got a little lost there. That long black train. They went through a tunnel, I think. When
Yeah, it went dark.
Well, anyway, we do love the Lord. We love to praise and worship Him. When Jesse was he was a praise and worship leader at Abundant Life, and I came in there and sang with him, and it was good, man. That was one of the best churches I've ever been to. The Holy Spirit really moved, and he was the leader. It was a miracle, and that God can work through him. It's a miracle. I'm telling you.
Anybody.
And it was really good. I got this one time. He says he doesn't remember, but I really remember it. It was like you got like a word of wisdom, and there was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 girls and me and somebody else was singing. I think there was like 5 people, and he said one was hope and one was anyway. Everybody had a different word, and joy and love and half the girls got scared and didn't do it. So me knowing how bashful I am, I took over and did like 3 of them. But it was really good because the word of the Lord came through the people that did it, that stepped out, and you got the word. I led prayer at the time, and Jesse never came to prayer, and I thought he was like a heathen. And the Lord still worked through this heathen. And
You're right. I was fresh off the streets, baby.
we used to take the time to end the praise and worship thing, and we're going to take a pause for the cause, and we'll be back getting high in the Lord. You are my King. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. Do it again. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. But I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. Amazing love. Amazing love. How can it be that you, my King, would die for me? Amazing love, I know is true, and it's my joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you. I am forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. Amazing love, how can it be that you, my King, will die for me? Amazing love,
I honor you. You are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Yeshua, you are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Amazing love, how can it be? You, my King, would die for me. Amazing love, I know it's true, and it's my joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you in all I do. I honor you. Praise you, Father.
Amen.
Written by Terry Young, Fresh Bread from Heaven's Bakery brings you a fresh, invigorating view of stories that were inspired of God and penned by scribes of ancient times, gathered together into a book called the Bible. You will get some nuggets of truth as you read Fresh Bread from Heaven's Bakery, which will shatter what the church has taught you or what you have read and found on the internet. Draw your own conclusions, believe what you will, but one thing for sure, Fresh Bread from Heaven's Bakery will provide you with truths. So order your copy today from Amazon.com or from www.theorygiftbaskets.com. Comments and views expressed